felt my connection to myself, felt my being, my presence, and then had a moment. I was like, holy shit, I get to share this with others. Wow, what a gift. What's up, legend? I just wanted to reiterate a point, and this is something that I've talked about on other podcasts. If you've been to one of my events, I talk about it a lot. If you worked with me in a mastermind, or if you're a friend of mine, or if you're a family member of mine, if you're a child of mine, if you're a wife of mine, then you would have heard me say this at some stage of our conversations, and that is the absolute importance of having a daily practice. There, I said it. Now, I just recorded a podcast episode. It's called Business is Hard. Something along those lines. Sometimes my podcasting team tweaks the name, so it could be something along those lines. And I was then recording this one, and I've been working in this new container with a mentor of mine, and there's a practice for us to do for the next week until the next call, I believe. There's practice that I've done in the past, and probably about 6 years ago, I was exposed to this work. It's really working with what we call the gates, the male sexual energy. It was profound back then, and it really catalyzed something within me, and it opened up a lot. It let go of a lot. I let go of a big facade that I had and I was operating from, and I really, dropped the ego most of the time. And I came into a deeper level of authenticity within myself. And so, I practiced those practices for a while, and had some really profound shifts in my life. So now I'm actually doing, it's like a facilitator training to learn those, because I've embodied them. And so now learning on how I can then share those with others. And so between the last podcast and this one, I did that practice. It was probably about 20 minutes I was doing it for. You could do it longer. Some of the practices are do up to 10 minutes. So I'm I did 4 or 5. One was up to 20, and I did it for about maybe 10. And after I'd finished, I just sat there and felt. And I just felt my connection to myself, felt my being, my presence, and then had a moment. I was like, holy shit, I get to share this with others. Wow, what a gift. And I was deeply moved by that, because I know the profound effect that has had on my life and continues to do so. And now I get to walk other men through that as well, which I'm really excited about, which I'll share in my masterminds and my courses and my containers and people that are working with me. And it reminded me just the importance of having a daily practice. So I've been doing a morning practice. For me, I like a morning practice. Wake up in the morning, often in the morning, especially with kids, sometimes you just that was the worst night's sleep. My body feels so stiff, and back's a bit sore, and I'm I feel like I'm walking a bit funny, and I'm not always like that. Sometimes I wake up and I've got a spring in my step and I'm ready to go. I'm let me at him. Depends on the day. Depends on the season. Depends where I'm at. And when my body feels like that, then this morning I was and I had training. I do Arakan martial arts, and I had a session at 7:45 just online. I have a body opposition bag in the backyard. I do it online sometimes, otherwise I do it in person. So I was training like this. And so I went, you know what? So I quickly got the kids ready, because the kids were up. Quickly got the kids ready. I got him a milky, sorted out my son, make sure he could, he was good. My son doesn't really need food, so quick he waits a little bit, and then he has breakfast a little bit later. So I was I'm just going to do some yoga. And now, because before I used to I had to get up before the kids to do my practice. But then sometimes that didn't happen, and then my practice wouldn't happen. So I was what if I just did my practice when the kids are there? So that's what I do. Sometimes I wake up before them, and it's great. I will say it's better when they're not there, because you can just be in the zone, you can be in the moment, you can be with yourself, and you don't have to worry about someone fighting or someone hitting each other, or someone spilling their drink somewhere or someone wanting something or whatever. So you can be like completely present. And that's why today was epic. Like that practice that I did today, probably not, I'd give it a crack with the kids actually. It's sort of like breathing and, spinal column, central nervous system stuff and activating the spinal base. And that's all stuff that I probably could do with the kids there. But what I do is yoga. I do this specific yoga set. It takes about 30 minutes. I can stop between one and kids ask me something. I'm wait a minute. But they know now because I started doing with the kids are there. And for a while there, they jumped in and did it, but it didn't last long. They probably last about a minute for a 30-minute yoga session. So, but then after a while, they just got used to like, cool, Dad does yoga. That's what Dad does in the morning. Can I play? After my yoga, darling. Can you do this? Once I finish my yoga, darling. Dad, just doing yoga, darling. And so I do that. And then after that, I'm like, let's go. Body feels good. Body's moved. It's helped with my digestion. It's helped with my spinal flow. It's helped with my posture. It's helped with my mental clarity. It's helped with my flexibility. It's helped with my chi, my life force. Do I do it every day? Do I do it most days? Yes. Sometimes I don't have time. I wake up later, or I got to leave early, or we're traveling or something. Then I can compress it. Like even this morning, I didn't actually do my full 30-minute set. I did a compressed version, which was probably about 10 minutes. If I got 5 minutes, I'll do something in 5 minutes. And it could just be a case of doing something like this. This is just a simple one that I do, that I learned from a mentor of mine, Catherine Zerensky. And ready? We'll do this one together. One hand on your heart, one hand on your hara, the area below just your navel, that your gut. Closing the eyes, just becoming aware of your heart, your hara. Just allow those energies to synchronize. Scratch your head if it's itchy. That's what I just did. Now becoming aware of the energy below you, underneath your feet, your ground, your center, the earth, and your connection to the earth. Your roots, the roots deepening into the earth. And at the same time, becoming aware of the space above your head, your crown, source, God, your guides, guardian angels, if that resonates. And just feeling the connection and simultaneously feeling the energy below you and above you, and allowing that energy to move from the earth to the sky, from the sky to the earth through your central channel, and just feeling your essence, feeling your heart, feeling your presence. Now becoming aware of the space in front of you, your future, where you're moving towards, your vision, your legacy, your children, the impact you're here to have on the world, your potential. And just getting a sense for that and seeing that and expanding that and allowing that to dream. And at the same time, feeling the energy behind you, your past, your lessons, your ancestors, your mother, your father, feeling their presence, feeling your past self, like a warm hand on the shoulder, saying you got this, encouraging as you're moving forward into your future through the present moment. Now bringing your awareness back to your center. Now feeling the energy beside you, space beside you, tuning into the people that are walking this path with you, your brothers, sisters, friends, family, community, soul tribe. Just feeling your connection to them, the part they play in your life and the part you play in theirs, the impact you have on others as you blaze your path, as you continue to step one step after another into your destiny, and just feeling again your essence, your presence, and the space that you hold. And just allowing yourself to feel whatever arises without changing, just trusting what arises. And just take one deep breath in, and out. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I don't know, that probably took 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't take notice of the clock, maybe 5. And you can do it shorter, like you can do it in a minute. You could probably do it in 10 seconds, just quickly, sort of hands and heart. Just becoming aware of your essence. Do that now, hand on heart. Just feeling. If you just had a daily practice of doing that, or a practice of doing that a few times a day, easy to do, easy not to do. We can get so much caught up in our head, what we have to do, what we haven't done, what we want to do, what we're not doing. Bills, money, people, problems, stresses. We all do it. And this can bring you back into the moment. Now, another really powerful practice that's really beautiful is the love and gratitude experience, which there's another podcast I devoted completely to that. So go back and listen to that. It's one of my other podcasts on the Rich Mystic Man podcast. Really powerful. Are you devoting a portion of your day to some form of practice? Gene Keys is another good one. Contemplating the Gene Keys, really powerful book. Just sit down and read a Gene Key. Read one that's in your profile. Contemplate it. Feel into it. See what it awakens within you. See what it stirs up. Allow yourself to feel. So in short, to wrap this podcast up, do you have a daily practice? How are you starting your day? And I get it. If you can't start your day, if that's not a reality, small kids, I get it. I totally understand. Can you do that? Even if you've had a bubba, hold your bubba. Hold your bubba. Even that is a practice in itself. You know, my daughter this morning, she must have, it was so sweet. She must have like hurt herself or a few times. She runs up. Pitter patter, pitter patter, patter. One toddle, toddle. Okay, I pick her up and she just nestles a little face into my neck and just cuddle and I just soften. And I just breathe with her. And I just allow myself to be fully present with her for however long she needs. And then eventually she'll get off and wriggle herself and I'll put her down. So surely you could do that practice with your little bubba or with your children, invite them to do it with you. So if you're stuck for practices, you know, find a yoga practice online, do some Qigong, you know, look at some videos online, meditation. Joe Dispenza, man, check out Joe Dispenza's work, his meditations, the pineal breath. Explore all these. There's so many free resources online these days. It's massive. And reach out to me. I'll be getting more of these practices and rituals out this year. Got a lot of tools up my tool belt. And as I'm learning these keys, I'll be sharing these more as well at my retreats and masterminds, etc. So if you want to come and play, if you want to be part of the Rich Man experience, which is coming up, or the Rich Mystic Man Mastermind, or one of my live events, hit me a DM. Hit me up on Insta. Hit me up on Facey. Let's connect. Let's talk. See if something's the right fit for you. See if I can support you to take shit to another level. Big love.
Sitting here watching the clock, I'm struggling, thinking of the bullshit that I've been juggling. Is there more to life than this? I'm thinking twice about the price I'm paying in this 9 to 5 life. The sweatshop.